Understanding the law is required to benefit or create with its power.
Things are created in the mental energy before they appear in the outward act or event. By the simple process of governing my thought forces today, I help create the events that will come into my life in the future. Educated desire is the most potent means of controlling the law of attraction. I will first create the tools to gain the power to think.
The mind needs to comprehend a new idea until a corresponding vibration in the brain cell is prepared to receive it. With the omnipotence of the law of attraction and the scientific method that can be put into operation, the unlimited possibilities open to those who take advantage of the resources offered.
Begin now and create the necessary brain cells that will enable me to comprehend the unlimited powers.
By cooperating with natural law with concentration and attention.
The attention governing intention. Power comes through repose.
It is by concentration that deep thoughts, wise speech, and all forces of high potentiality are accomplished.
Energy flows where attention goes.
It is in the silence that I get into touch with the omnipotent power of the subconscious mind where all power evolves. I desire wisdom, power, and permanent success evolution. In absolute silence, I will contact Source and open the channels for integrated practice and concentration leading to perfection. Now I relax, let go, mentally and physically. I relax tense muscles and nerves. I am entirely comfortable. Now I realize my unity with omnipotence. I am in touch with this power. I come into a deep and vital understanding, appreciation, and realization of the fact that my ability to think is my ability to act on the universal mind and bring anything or circumstance into manifestation. Realize that it will meet any and every requirement.
Physical science is responsible for the marvelous age of invention. I am now living in a time with spiritual science, offering possibilities. Spiritual science was referred to as the superstitious, the mystical.
I am now interested in definite methods and demonstration. I have come to know that thinking is a spiritual process, that vision and imagination preceded action and event.
The day of the dreamer has come.
Architects of greatness, with vision within their souls,
look beyond doubt and through the walls of time.
Makers of empires have fought for bigger things than crowns
and higher seats than thrones.
My home is built on the land a dreamer found. The pictures on my walls are visions from a dreamer's soul.
They are the chosen,
the trailblazers.
The dreams of the dreamer come true.
The law of causation explains why dreamers, inventors, authors, entrepreneurs make the realization of their dreams.
It explains how the picture on my mind eventually becomes my own reality.
Energy flows where attention goes.
The method of reason and experience challenge superstition, precedent, and convention, educating the inventive faculties more powerfully with the prospect of useful discoveries by shedding light on the laws of the mind. A scientific understanding of natural laws convinced me that there is nothing supernatural. Every phenomenon is a result of accurate, definite cause, and the cause is an immutable law or principle that operates with invariable precision.
Whether the law is put into operation consciously or subconsciously, it will be found that the creative power of thought will explain every possible condition or experience, whether physical, mental, or spiritual. As I think of some form of material wealth, I may secure it.
By concentrated thought, the required conditions will become, and the proper effort will result in bringing about circumstances necessary
to realize my desires.
The proper method of procedure, to think in order to secure what I really desire.
What I desire is happiness and harmony.
When I am truly happy, I will have everything the world can give.
When I am happy myself, I will make others happy.
I have health, strength, congenial friends, pleasant environment, and
sufficient supply to provide for those comforts and luxuries. I put my knowledge into practice. I get exactly what I give first. It will return to me, and the giving is simply a mental process.
Thoughts are causes and
Conditions are effects. In giving thoughts of courage, inspiration, health, or wealth of any kind, I am setting causes in motion that will bring about their effect. Thought is a spiritual activity and is creative.
clearly, thought will create. It is consciously, systematically, and constructively directed, with the means of practically unlimited achievement.
I create a mental image of the ideal.
I am projecting a thought into the universal substance where all things are created. This omniversal substance is omnipresent, omnipotent, and omniscient.
Omni, 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 on me. I think,
I will be omni me.
When this tremendous fact begins to permeate my consciousness,
when I really come into a realization of the fact that I, my body, my ego,
The I, the spirit that thinks,
is an integrated part of the great oneness.
that is, the same in substance, in quality, in kind, that the Source created in reflection, I have an understanding of the beauty, the grandeur, and the transcendental opportunities available to me.
I have found from my study so far that thought is a spiritual activity.
And therefore endowed with creative power.
This means all thought is creative. The conscious and subconscious are two phases of action in connection with one mind.
The relationship of the subconscious to the conscious is quite analogous to a kite and wind. Just as the pressure of the atmosphere causes action on the part of the kite, so does the least thought entertained by the conscious mind produce effect within my subconscious mind.
Acting in exact proportion to the depth of feeling characterizing the thought and the intensity the thought indulged.
The universal energy in all motion, light, heat, and color have their origin, without limitation, in their cause.
it is supreme. This universal substance is the source of all power, wisdom, and intelligence. To recognize this intelligence is to be familiar with the knowing quality of mind, and through it to move with the universal substance.
And then bring harmonious relations with my circumstances.
I get results in exact accordance with my understanding of the law and my ability to make the proper application.
This puts me in an entirely new relation with my environment, opening up possibilities,
Forming orderly sequence that naturally involve my new mental attitude.
Mind is creative, and the principle of this law is sound
and legitimate.
and inherent in the nature of all things.
This creative power radiates from the individual. It originates in the universal, the source of all energy. The individual is the channel for distribution of this energy. The individual is the method for the universal to produce the various combinations that result in the formation of material circumstances. Mind is in every atom of the body. This mind is subconscious mind, and the power of the individual to think makes me conscious, so that I can control this subconscious mind. This is the scientific explanation for metaphysical healing.
And will enable me to understand the principle where this remarkable phenomenon rests.
This mind, contained in every cell of the body, has been called subconscious mind because it acts without conscious knowledge. I have also found that this subconscious mind is responsive to the will of my conscious mind. All things have their origin in mind, and appearances are the result of thought. Since they are produced by thought, they can be altered by thought.
In mental science, as in natural science, every experiment and discovery lifts me higher toward my personal goal.
For every effect, there is a cause, and if I follow the trail to its starting point, I shall find the creative principle where it grew.
The objective world is controlled by an unseen and unexplainable power. I have personalized this power and called it Source. I have now learned to look on it as the true essence of all that exists.
The infinite universal mind. The universal mind, being infinite and omnipotent, has all resources at its command. And when I remember that it is also omnipresent, I make the conclusion that I must be an expression or manifestation of that mind. A recognition and understanding of the resources of the subconscious mind will indicate that the only difference between the subconscious and the universal is of degree. They differ only as a drop of ocean water differs from the ocean. They are the same in kind and quality. I must appreciate the value of this all-important fact. I must realize that a recognition of this tremendous fact places me in touch with the omnipotence. The subconscious mind, being the connecting link between the universal mind and the subconscious mind, is evidence of the conscious mind's ability to consciously suggest thought that the subconscious mind will put into action. And as the subconscious is one with the universal, is evidence of my limitless power to act.
A scientific understanding of this principle explains the wonderful results that are secured through the power of meditation. This is the result of the operation of a perfectly natural law.
Thought is the only reality. Conditions are the outward manifestations. As the thought changes, all outward or material conditions must change in order to be in harmony with the Creator. That is thought. Conscious thought must be clear-cut, steady, fixed, and defined. As I enter into the discipline necessary to bring about a practical change in my life, I must do so deliberately, after giving the matter careful thought and full consideration, and then committing myself to my decision. This discipline, this change of thought, this mental attitude will bring me the material things necessary for my highest and best life, and will bring health and harmonious conditions generally. I want loving, harmonious conditions in my life. I have a loving, harmonious mental attitude. These laws operate to my advantage. All conditions and experiences come to me for my benefit. I gain strength in proportion to the effort expanded, and my happiness is best attained through a conscious cooperation with natural laws. Thought is the matrix that shapes the issues of life. The mind has been active throughout time, and I must look to science for understanding of how thoughts have shaped all being.